Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another Marvel vs. DC, and I am way behind. So I'm going to be trying to catch up here with these things and start actually reading some comics. And yes, these are going to be some quick reviews of the books you're seeing pass by right here with the covers. I've read them. Just going to give you a little bit of a, is it good, is it bad, and a reason why I thought it was good or bad. Now, I do score them. 1 star is horrible, 2 stars bad, 3 stars average, 4 stars good, 5 stars excellent, and then score them and kind of put them in and see who wins, see who's better this week. Is it Marvel? Is it DC? It's a lot of fun. I kind of like doing that kind of thing, and it is all for fun. You know that. And all of these reviews are in order from worst to best. Alrighty, so with all that out of the way, let's get this party started. And one more cover and go. Though 1-star books are horrible, they should be avoided at all costs, so we're lucky there are none this week. Those 2-star books are merely bad. They could have been horrible, but maybe they had some sort of saving grace. The Amazing Spider-Man number 26 is really, oh my gosh, not good. And you could smell the woke from the cover. You see how all the guys are hanging around playing poker with Spider-Man? This is all about the rise of the female version of the Sinister Six. And my gosh, it looks like that socialist meeting we saw with point of privilege, point of privilege. It's amazingly bad. Now, this is just a couple of pages, but it does color the rest of the book because ultimately they are the main antagonists. The Green Lantern, number 10. This book almost lost me at the very first page when we're seeing the universe baby, the hippy-dippy guy, the whole 9 yards. We do get to see Green Lantern from not Speeding Bullets, but the other one, where Batman becomes the Green Lantern and everything. It's entertaining in places, but unfortunately not enough to take you past the boring parts, which there are plenty in this one. It's a lot of multiverse talk. So we've seen it before with other characters. This is just Green Lantern's turn as far as all this is concerned. I wish it was sustainable, though. I wish all the good parts were just spread out a little bit more or actually lasted a bit longer. In the end, it feels like it's just weirdness for weirdness sake, which is a quagmire that Morrison often finds himself in. Powers of X, number 1. So I'm getting this message from people. Oh, this is Hickman. You're going to love it in a few issues. Well, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about this one. It's an incoherent mess. It tells a story across a few different timelines, really focusing on the end rather than the beginning, which was the most interesting story to tell. But, yeah, it didn't work for me. You know, God bless you if it worked for you, but I'm still waiting to see the X-Men come back. The Batman Who Laughs, number 7. Sometimes you read a book and you go, wow, that was good. Sometimes you read it and go, oh, gosh, that wasn't good at all. I don't know what I'm doing here. And then sometimes you read a book and it's like, what? And that's how I was with this one. It's just, wow, is there ever a book that was just basically comic book masturbation? I mean, it's exactly the 4-color version of spinning tires in the mud. There's never been before a story that had such buildup that the ending, well, I'm sure there was if I really think about it, but just what a letdown. I'm sorry if you like this book. You know, I'm not saying, yeah, you're dumb for liking it. I'm just saying it didn't really appeal to me. I was hoping for more. The 3-star books, they're average. Maybe I liked them, but not enough to recommend them, or they just didn't resonate with me. Justice League Dark, number 13. Okay, so it's a good issue. You're not going to hear a lot of enthusiasm over it. I read it. I'm like, okay, it's another Who Wears the Helmet of Fate. Been through this so many times. It seems like, okay, we get it. You just don't know what to do with Dr. Fate. Somebody needs to do with Dr. Fate what Venditti is doing with Hawkman. You know, and let's just settle it once and for all, because it's always about, no, I don't want to wear the helmet of fate. You know, come on. It's getting old now. I think I'm really, you know, I enjoyed the book. It's just I don't enjoy the idea behind the book. I've been there, done that. Just put on the goddamn helmet, all right? Silver Surfer Black, number 2. Okay, it's a comic book, and he goes after the symbiote planet. This is like the first time he'd ever encountered it. There's a symbiote god. It's another symbiote story. It's getting as bad as the friggin' Infinity Gauntlet at this point. I understand they're probably going to use this to tie it into the Carnage storyline, but overall, I'm done, dudes. Come on, something else. Star Wars 69. Okay, so Luke meets a new Force user. Han and Leia go to a planet where an old boyfriend of Leia's is, and Chewie and C-3PO face down rock creatures. It's okay. It's fine. It's an absolute decent issue that's not going to thrill nor change anyone's mind. I can't recommend it because while I enjoyed it, it was just there. Event Leviathan number 2. There's a problem with this series. Now, this is, by the way, a better issue than the first one, I think. It was entertaining, at least. Problem is, it still seems like they're setting up rather than getting on with the story. Yeah, at this point, we should be well on our way. And, yeah, thanks for the world building. I'd like to continue, though. Let's move on. Symbiote Spider-Man number 4. Okay, so... yeah, you know what I think about symbiotes. This is actually Symbiote Spider-Man. This is old school, supposedly taking place during the time that Peter Parker had the suit. And in this case, Mysterio is looking at the suit, kind of studying it, and he gets some of it on it, and then we get Symbiote Mysterio. Yawn. Seriously, I'm sorry. You had me up until then, because this is nothing we saw the suit do back in the day, and now it's just, I don't know, like I said, everybody gets a symbiote. Wonder Woman number 75. Wow, the battle for Themyscira. This is the wrap-up. This is the finale, and it is absolutely serviceable. Now, I've been enjoying Wonder Woman, as a matter of fact. These days, it's been pretty good. It's been better than it has been. I'm surprised because I wasn't looking forward to G. Willow Wilson coming on to Wonder Woman, but she's done a really good job. Unfortunately, this issue... it loses focus a couple of times, and in the end, like I said, it's serviceable, it's decent, it's good, but just, they didn't stick the landing, and I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Batman Last Night on Earth really does seem like it's Snyder's ambition that's getting in the way. I don't exactly know what he's going for here, but it really does seem unfocused. It seems all over the place. It does, however, clean itself up. And by the end of the book, there's a good narrative to it and a lot of good tension. So it's a bit uneven, but still I can't recommend this one. Not yet. Hope for the third book, though. The 4-star books are good, and I am very happy to recommend them to you. While not a big fan of the symbiote stories, I have to admit that Absolute Carnage has been good. Scream is a lot of coincidence. The woman who decided to give up the symbiote while out cruising to stop crime because she's got a taste for it since she used to have a symbiote, just so happens to run across the exact symbiote she used to have. Not buying it. It's a little bit of a stretch. It's still an entertaining story, though, so I can't not recommend it. Justice League Odyssey. Okay, so... Darkseid recruits this team of heroes to retrieve some artifacts for him, and this is going to make him even more powerful. They do that because something worse than Darkseid is coming around, and they need Darkseid at his most powerful in order to stop it, because at least he's the evil that they know. And now they want to fight back, but they've already made him powerful. Not your best day, guys. Just saying. It's it's actually a decent story. It's just one of those things where when he shows up in the first place, you're like, are you freaking kidding me? Why would I even bother doing that for you? But they go along with it. The stories have been pretty cool, and this is kind of leading right up to the end of it, and we see that Cyborg's been changed, the whole 9 yards. Overall, can I recommend it? Yeah, actually I can. It's pretty good. You should be checking out Justice League Odyssey. Death's Head number 1. This kind of surprised me. I'm not a Death's Head fan. Never have been. I kind of liked it in the Marvel UK. I did like those. But I think I lumped it in with the other UK books and just kind of got in my head that I didn't like it. This was fun. I was very entertained by this and pleasantly surprised. I didn't know it would be this over the top, kind of weird and violent. Yeah, totally worth checking out. Batgirl number 37. It is a strange world we're living in where Batgirl and Supergirl are rocking and Batman and Superman are crap. But that's what's going on here. This case, we've got Batgirl up against Killer Moth, and as she says at the beginning of the book, well, this ain't going to take long, only to find out that he's had upgrades, and it really does turn into a fight. This she begins, and therefore you begin to actually worry for her safety. This is a very well done book right here. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, number 9. I gotta tell you, this is becoming one of my favorite Spider-Man titles. In this case, we get the history of the rumor and when she had fought alongside of Captain America, and it's very entertaining. I like going back into the World War II era. That's one of the reasons why I like the Invaders and everything. And it just gives a little bit of extra to this particular character. Overall, an entertaining book. If you haven't checked it out, do so. I think you'll enjoy it. Hawkman, number 14. So Hawkman continues to be one of the better DC books out there. One of the better books out there, seriously. In this case, we're getting more of a typical superhero supervillain fight as the Shadow Thief returns. I gotta say it's a lot of fun. Plus, it does touch more on the origin of Hawkman, which I think, you know what, okay, it's settled. So it is time to move on from the whole backstory, and let's see what the future holds for Hawkman. Absolute Carnage, Separation Anxiety. At first, I was a little bit off on this one, but then I realized what I'm reading is a pretty darn good old-fashioned monster magazine. If you break down and you take away the whole symbiote thing, it's just basically a kid trying to survive a monster house after his parents and his family are taken over. It's like The Thing. In all honesty, I like this version of the symbiotes in Carnage or Venom or anything than I've ever seen before. The Flash, number 75. This was a supersized issue with a couple of stories after the main thing, you know, the main event. And they were okay. They were pretty good. The real story here is the year 1 finale where he's fighting the turtle and he realizes the mistake that was made in the past, so he overcomes it in this particular case. And yeah, it's an exciting issue. It really is. I've enjoyed this year 1. I thought I was not, in all honesty. I'm kind of over the year 1 thing for a little bit, but this, and plus I think that we actually got a Flash year 1 at one point. But overall, entertaining, good book. Hopefully this keeps up. Batman and the Outsiders, number 3. I like this series. It's been getting better with each issue, and one of the things that stands out here is the fact that it manages not only to give some character time to the Batman and the Outsiders, but the villains as well. It's a really good balance. The art is on point as well. This is a really solid book. I'm very happy to recommend this one. Venom, number 16. So we get to see Eddie Brock really trying to be a older brother / father to a kid doesn't know that he's his dad, and trying to make money. He goes to a job that says, okay, I need you to get some information from this thing. It ends up being the ghost of Sin Eater. He, of course, venoms up and takes care of business. But the meat and potatoes is really the relationship, him trying to struggle and be a dad to a kid that doesn't know that he is Eddie's father or Eddie's son. Anyway, I mean, it's really good with a personal story here, and that's the meat and potatoes, and I have a feeling sometimes it gets buried underneath the action. Batman Beyond, number 34. Wow, this is the whole supervillains taking over the superheroes' body trick. And it's fun. It is. It's a simple way to get people on your side and to get people going, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? Because he's finding out all of Terry's secrets, isn't he? It's entertaining. It's enjoyable to watch a Batman that's like, destruction, it's awesome, I want more of it. Doctor Strange, number 16. I've been enjoying this whole series where Doctor Strange has to go against Galactus, who's been devouring magical properties and such, and in this case, he's devouring magicians. I mean, Doctor Strange brought all the greatest, and he's just one by one taking their magic and everything. It's pretty awesome. This is a great penultimate issue, I guess. It's not the finale, but it is definitely wanting me to read it. Fantastic Four, number 12. Why wouldn't Dan Slott do a Thing versus Hulk story at this point? And yeah, when he showed up, I was like, hold on, are they going to go where I think they're going to go? And absolutely he did. It was Puppet Master. It's absolutely entertaining. It's always good to see good old-fashioned Thing versus Hulk knockdown, drag out. Seriously. A lot of fun. I like this one. Black Hammer Justice League. I used to remember when it was versus or and. Now they just put the two names beside each other. So this is all set up, but it's really good because it gives you time to know all of the characters. This is a great jump on point for basically both books as well. I enjoy the art to this. I enjoy Black Hammer. I enjoy Justice League, and this was a book I really recommend. And the 5-star books are excellent. Now, they may not be the Watchmen or their Dark Knight, but man, they get the job done. Absolute Carnage, number 1. I wish this would stop. I'm not a fan of the symbiote. Stop making me care. Stop making me go, oh my gosh, that is so cool, Brewster. This is such an awesome book. At this point, I'm in. I want to see what happens next. I'm going to pick up everything Absolute Carnage that I can. Hopefully it's not all $8 a pop. But, yeah, definitely pick this one up. So far, so good, guys. So there you go, gang. Those are the reviews. Let's tally up the score and see who wins. DC had 0 1 stars, 2 2 stars, 4 3 stars, 7 4 stars, 0 5 stars, a score of 44 with 13 comics. The average was 3.38. Good week. Marvel had 0 1 stars, 2 2 stars, 3 3 stars, 7 4 stars, and 1 5 star with a score of 46. 13 comics as well, but their average was 3.53. And in the end, Marvel Comics takes it. It was Absolute Carnage. It's a good story. I'm not a big fan of symbiotes, but I got to admit that Absolute Carnage, it's good. I'm enjoying it. It's exciting. It's thrilling in some places even. And I obviously, since it was the only 5-star, it pushed it over the top. What can we say? Otherwise, it was pretty much an even week. I am a DC fan, so I'm waiting for DC to give me something that excites me like Absolute Carnage. So there you go, gang. That's the countdown. I will be doing more of these. I'm going to get caught up. As a matter of fact, the next one's just going to be number 1s from the last couple of weeks. Let me know what you think I rated too high, what did I rate too low, and how much I guess I'm full of crap. Put that down in the comments below. Also, if you don't mind helping out the channel, click like and share. Share this channel. This is where I want all of my comic book videos to go eventually, and that would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to sub if you haven't done it already. Ring that notification bell, because that's really all YouTube pays attention to any more these days. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Ko-Fi or to Patreon. Links in the description below. And on Ko-Fi, you can actually commission a video, and I will do something. If you put Old Man Comics Only, I'll put it right here directly. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.